Boys, I'm back again. It's only been what? Surely it's only been a week. I'm sticking to the once a week, and then if you're lucky, if you drop enough likes, you might get twice a week if you're lucky. But my Photoshop subscription's about to run out, so that might be a problem. So at the moment, I'm just gonna try and stick to once a week. So in today's video, what are we gonna be talking about? That is right, we are talking about the next Call of Duty game already. Man, I was gonna upload this video about a month ago, but I just never got around to it, and then all the big YouTubers hit the topic like on the day I was about to make the recording, so it's gonna be really hard to like get any attention. So about a month later, and we're gonna be talking about the next Call of Duty. Now, I want you guys to comment in the comment section what you want it to be. Now, we've obviously got about two main options, maybe three. Two main ones are Modern Warfare 4, which is what everyone seems to be thinking it's going to be, understandably so, and Call of Duty Ghosts 2, which is less likely. Now, between the two, I want to know which one you want to see, not which one you think it's going to be. I want to hear what you want it to be. Drop it down in the comment section. Going to have hopefully a fair few comments in today's video. That would be nice. Also, drop a like. You know, we're going to aim for a nice, easy 15 likes on today's video. So, Mw4 or Call of Duty Ghosts. They're the two main games that we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, my first Call of Duty game was the original Call of Duty Ghosts. I know, very sad. Drop a like if you feel bad for me. I know, it's like, I didn't have the 360 or the PS3, alright? That's where my excuse is. So, as soon as I got the Xbox One, picked up Call of Duty, that was the first game on the next gen consoles. Hopefully you can understand from there. Because I didn't actually have Wi-Fi before I got my Xbox One. I know, another big sad for me. Drop a like if you feel bad for me. Now, as Call of Duty Ghosts was my first Call of Duty game, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't really know why there was so much hate around it, because it was my first one and I just liked playing online, meeting people. I met a lot of friends in Call of Duty Ghosts. It was a great time. They had good game modes, good weapons, good gunplay, and all the bad stuff just went over my head. Now, if most people look back on Call of Duty Ghosts today, considering the last Call of Duties that we've had, they would look back on it and think, hey, that was actually a pretty good game. And I've heard that from a lot of big YouTubers, because a lot of the big YouTubers that I listen to, like, I don't want to bring up Ali A, because he barely even does Call of Duty, but back in the day, a couple years ago when he was playing it, he said he didn't mind it. Like, tons of big YouTubers didn't mind Call of Duty Ghosts. And I want to know what you guys also think, so if I can put a poll here, if I remember, at the top right, if you click on that, and maybe you can say, like, did you like Call of Duty Ghosts, yes or no? Hopefully that'll be there and you can vote in that poll. But I didn't mind it. I thought it was a great game. I didn't really see much was wrong with it. But then I found out from people why they didn't like it, and then I've went back and played Black Ops 2, and I've seen how good of a game that was, and that was the game before it. So obviously expectations were high and it didn't quite hit those expectations. So the main things that Call of Duty Ghosts lacked, to my knowledge, were good maps, and the maps were all very big and dull. Those were two main things. The graphics were pretty poor because the company had to develop for both 360 and the Xbox One, which made it really difficult. And also the kill streaks were really bad. Apparently there was like 16 kill streaks cut from the game, which is ridiculous, and that obviously meant for a lack of good kill streaks and variety in gameplay. Although the kill streaks I used was just like the dog, maybe like the Trinity rocket, and like the battle hind, and that was fine. Like, that's pretty much what I run in this, except with a UAV instead. Because also there was a lot of hate around the SATCOM, which was the UAV that you put on the ground. A lot of people didn't like that. So there were a few things in there which were really annoying, and the IEDs, man. Oh, the IEDs. I used to always use them because it was my first game, so I was just learning Call of Duty at the time. So I was the guy using like the M27 IAR, going just like super easy mode. I actually loved camping in Call of Duty Ghosts. I just threw my IEDs down with a motion sensor, and I brought out my thermal LMG, and I just camped. That was like how I learnt how to play Call of Duty, and I feel so bad. But like, camping is more fun in the newer Call of Duties, because there's so much more fast paced, so you can actually see people a lot more often. But back then, mate, I could have gone like a solid 3 minutes and not seen anybody, and I wouldn't have cared. It was like so bad how much I camped in that game, but it's so funny looking back on it with the IEDs. People would absolutely hate you in the death chat for having IEDs. Oh my god. It's actually such a good time, kind of, from a personal experience in the community because everyone was in game chat. You got to meet so many new people, and the infected mode was so good then. And that was like peak infected, although I don't really know what it was like before that, but I feel like Call of Duty Ghosts Infected was really good. So that's kind of my experience with Call of Duty Ghosts. Now let's talk about Modern Warfare 3, 2, 1, and Modern Warfare 4. So obviously, if Call of Duty decided to release Modern Warfare 4, one thing that they do guarantee is sales. Like the name itself, pretty much as long as there's a campaign, I would say, it's guaranteed to be a great selling Call of Duty game. That's just no question, because every other Modern Warfare game has been pretty good. Like some people won't like certain aspects of them, like I don't really know too much about it, but I'm pretty sure most people would be fine with Modern Warfare 4 and would buy it. Now, there's a few things that we just need to talk about into what would make Modern Warfare 4 like the perfect version of itself. What does it need to be like the best Call of Duty ever? So a few things that Modern Warfare 4 needs. It needs big, small, medium maps. We need a variety. We don't have all the maps big, all the maps small, and all the maps. Yeah, I wouldn't really care if all the maps were medium sized, because that's alright. But we need like maybe one or two big maps, because there's like no big maps in Black Ops 4. Like, think about it. The one big map is Madagascar, which like I've played on like once because it's a DLC map, which they've done really poorly in this game, which will then bring me to my next point in a minute. But yeah, we need a good variety of map sizes, which keeps the gameplay fluent, but not too chaotic and not too quiet. So if they can get that balance right, I'm pretty sure the previous Modern Warfare maps have been pretty good, so they should not really have too much trouble with that. And that brings me to my next point. Figure out what they are doing with the DLC and the supply drops and whatnot, because the supply drop system in Black Ops 4 is so bad. Like the tier system, man, I'm just not a fan. It doesn't, like in Black Ops 3 with the supply drops, I could happily just keep playing after I've done everything in the game, because I've still got supply drops and stuff that I can still get in those drops. But knowing that every 50 minutes is when you're going to unlock a new tier, and you know what's going to be in that tier is going to be absolute garbage, it's kind of depressing, and it doesn't really encourage you to continue to play the game. So I feel like Modern Warfare 4 should use the Call of Duty World War II supply drop system, where you can earn guns by playing the game and getting like not like COD points, but like they were used to be like Call of Duty points in Black Ops 1. We need that kind of system back, where you can like get points for playing, spend those points on weapons and stuff, and you don't actually have to use real money. But if you want to use real money to maybe fasten up your progression or whatever, you can do that. That would be great. Also, just make every single piece of DLC free, just obtainable by it being free, because it will just encourage so many more people to play. There'll be so much more positive vibes. The Black Ops Pass has gone down horribly. We get 2 maps every 2 months, which is just not on, because we've only had 2 so far. We might have more by the time. No, we won't have more, because this might be coming out today or tomorrow. But yeah, that's ridiculous. We need way more DLC, and we need lobby leaderboards and combat record at launch. That's massive. Like, people cannot stand having an unfinished game at launch. It's ridiculous. The amount of updates that Black Ops 4 has gone under is just ridiculous. I cannot like begin to tell you guys how unfinished this game was at launch. They should have pushed the launch back to November. October launch was just not on. I'm pretty sure they were just trying to beat Red Dead Redemption into getting their game out. Alright, now what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the score streaks, or the kill streaks, of course, because we need good kill streaks. Kill streaks are like what makes people continue to play the game and have fun. If there aren't good kill streaks, the gameplay isn't rewarding enough, and you won't want to come back and play. So kill streaks are really big. We need a good variety of kill streaks, like the Black Ops 2 kill streaks, and this is also going to actually tie into my next point about the specialist cheese, because pretty much a lot of the specialists were previously kill streaks. So like the War Machine, that, and then the EMP that new character Zero has. Like, there's so many of these specialist abilities could just be made into kill streaks, and I feel like that's where they've ripped a lot of the specialist abilities from the Black Ops 2 kill streak, because there were so many kill streaks in Black Ops 2, and that's what made the game so fun. The amount of variety that you could use in that game was great. And the specialist, they're pretty much death streaks, as you guys have heard me complain about them before. All you gotta do is just be in the game, and then the timer runs and you get one of these free kill streaks pretty much, which is just not on. It's just rewarding bad players for doing nothing. So I'm not really a fan of the specialists anymore, although in Black Ops 3 they were pretty good. But I think having no specialists is the way to go, and that will please most people. Next up, we need pro perks back. That's right, pro perks. They are going to be just so good. If pro perks make a return, like, people will have stuff to grind for. The community hype will be that much bigger, because pro perks, although I never got to use them, I've heard about them and they seem pretty good. So I'm just going to say pro perks for now and move on to the next point. Next point is a good variety of weapons, because some Call of Duty games don't have the most variety of weapons, don't go down that well. And the ones with more weapons are obviously going to be better, and we always seem to have a lack of weapons in Call of Duty games. As you guys probably know, the Battlefield games and stuff, they have like a lot more weapons than Call of Duty. We just need like 10 assault rifles, 10 SMGs. Can't really have 10 snipers, but like, you know, we need to have just lots and lots of variety of weapons at launch, and then we need constant updates. In Black Ops 4, we do get a fair few updates, but they're pretty underwhelming, to be honest. We've only really had one big content update, and that's not very good, like 4 months into launch. So we definitely need more updates, keep the game fresh. I'm not really sure if there's going to be a battle royale. If there is, I guess that's good. I don't really know. It'll probably boost sales and more people will be playing, which would be great, which is going to lead me into my next point. Look at these great transitions. More people need to be playing, which means crossplay. Crossplay needs to happen now. We need to get rid of console exclusivity, and crossplay needs to happen. Rocket League and FORTNITE are doing it. These are two games that don't come out every year. Obviously, they're just those games that just have seasons, which is a good way to be doing a franchise, by the way. But they have crossplay enabled because PS4 have allowed them into the crossplay beta. So Call of Duty, you're like the second biggest game in the world. I'm pretty sure you can get into this, and if you do this, oh my god, the scenes. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Crossplay needs to happen. Console exclusivity needs to go. That's all I'm saying there. Now, do I have any more points? I think I've run out of points off the top of my head because I haven't written this down. As you guys can probably tell, I just go with the flow most of the time, and this video is probably already 10 minutes, so that's where I'm going to finish it off. I want to know what you guys want to see. Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty Ghosts 2. I'm happy either way, because, you know, I like Call of Duty Ghosts. I haven't played a Modern Warfare game really that much yet, so either way, I'm going to be happy as long as they stick to this formula. Has to be boots on the ground, by the way, I have to mention that. And also, one last thing which I did just remember, League play needs to be there from the start, or very soon from launch, because we still don't have League play in Black Ops 4. Actually, by the time a lot of you people are seeing this, it might be out, because they did promise end of January, and at the moment we're not quite at the end of January, so we'll see how that goes. But we definitely need the competitive scene in there early to get the sweats out of the public lobbies, you know what I mean? They love their league play. They love their league play. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. I don't know how long this is. This turned out to be a lot longer than I wanted it to be. If you're still here, drop a like, subscribe if you are new. We're going to aim for 15 likes, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.